Well, they call it the old college try. I don't know where that expression came from, but the old college try means giving it another try and going for it again and seeing if you can, seeing if things work out when you try and try again. But good morning. Let's just start talking and see what happens. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. It is, what day is it? It's Friday morning. It is, I believe it's June 29th. I see, if my eyes don't deceive me, I'm looking across my kitchen at the stove, and it tells me it's 6:05 a.m. Happy Friday. This is a show I've been doing for a long, long time and have had a lot of struggles with this morning. This is my third time trying to hop on live with you. Uh, it's interesting during the night, and last night I woke up with several thoughts about a couple of them is how life gets in the way. And we'll talk about that in a minute if I remember. And another thought is things happen for a reason, and God has a plan, and things tend to work out the way they're meant to, whether we understand the reason for it or not. But before I get to that conversation, I want to talk to you about what I really want to dive into this morning, and it's this hot cup of coffee I have in front of me. And yeah, I got a hot cup of coffee in front of me, and I am so excited to take my first sip at this early hour. I need to crack the fog out of my head. My hope at this time is that wherever you are, whatever you're doing, that you got a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. Nobody will guess what type of coffee that is. Nobody will guess what type of coffee that is. I mean, they might guess they won't get the brand and the flavor. So I'll just tell you, it's the Sumatra, and it's an Aldi bag of coffee. I was in Aldi, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, and I saw one of my very favorite coffees is the Starbucks Sumatra. And I was in Aldi a couple weeks ago and saw that they had a flavor or a brand of Sumatra as well. Thought I'd give it a try. I tell you, I've been a little distracted over the last several days, drinking various flavored coffees, drinking coconut mocha and the cinnamon dolce. And I was up this morning and I saw this little lonely bag of the Aldi Sumatra sitting in the back of my coffee holder. And I said, what the heck? What the heck? Let's give it a try. And I'm glad I did. So let's have another sip. RJ wants to know how it compares. It's not as flavorful. And I often compare the Starbucks Sumatra as drinking a cup of coffee with dirt in it. And it's a good cup of coffee. It's a good cup of coffee. So let's not complain. Let's look on the positives this morning. I was poured it a few minutes ago, though. Not that this is a positive, but I poured it a few minutes ago and tried to go live twice, and we're having some internet issues in the house, and there's a red light flashing on my internet box, and then I went, tried to use my cell phone, was having all sorts of struggles connected, using my cell phone data, and this is my third, maybe my fourth time trying to hop on live, and I'm hoping I disconnected okay, and uh, somewhere out there I don't have multiple lives going at the same time having issues. But I did want to talk about a couple things before. RJ asked if I'm ready for April, and am I ready for April? I think I am, whether it's coming, whether I'm ready or not. So I better get ready, and better be ready, and better get mentally prepared. And for me, again, I talked about it a little bit yesterday. To me, April means three of my children's birthdays. I have one on April 5th and two on April 30th. And So no, I'm not ready for April. And I talk about the date. I give you the date and the month and the whatever every show. And I've been doing this show for quite some time. But time goes quickly. We're already 3 months into the year, 25% through it, and I barely got my brain around the fact that it's 2024. So again, time goes pretty quick. But again, good morning, and thank you all so much for joining. I wanted to talk about a couple issues that were on my mind last night. First one's life gets in the way, and I'm wearing my Illinois sweatshirt, and I'm a proud University of Illinois alumni, and they had a big game in the NCAA tourney last night, and but the game started at like 9:30, and I didn't watch 1 minute of it. I'm gonna admit that. Hello, Derek. Gonna admit that right now, and that's a point of my story. I've got a big morning to attend to today. I got a couple career opportunities I'm going to be looking into. I actually have interviews set up, and we'll get to that in a minute. I do a coffee show every morning. I have my two little babies that I have upstairs that wake up at anywhere from 5:30 to 7 o'clock every morning. And given that I had so much going on this morning, I made I'd call it the adult or educated decision to not even try and watch the game. We don't have cable at the house, so I would have had gone out to a bar and watch it somewhere. Uh, and I'm sure I would have enjoyed it. And I heard it was a great game. I woke up during the middle of the night. I stared at my phone, which is a bad habit, and I had multiple texts saying, "Yay, Illinois," or what have you. So I'm excited to say they won. They beat Iowa State in what looked to be a pretty good game, 72 to 69. But again, I had I don't know. I've switched the time on my show. I've been doing this show for 5 years. I've been switching the time and the platform and switching a lot about it over the last several years. And I was going live every day at about 8 o'clock a little over a year ago, and I was building up a nice audience. But then I took a job at working at Super Target. Hello, Jockey. Working at Super Target just a little over a year ago, and my schedule got turned upside down, and I wasn't able to go live. But somehow, some way, I persevered and went live when I could, and I went live on coffee breaks, and I started going live real early in the morning. My point is, I had a viewer reach out and go, "Hey, they're not seeing my show at this and this time, or they're not seeing my first sip video," and they told me I'm hard to get a hold of, or I'm slippery, or something like that. And again, I think my point is life gets in the way, and that's just the way it is. And we're going to have flat tires, or we're going to have track meets, or we're going to have life schedules that kind of can interrupt a perfect world. And I think the smoother we accept life, and for me, life this morning is doing my coffee show and having two interviews and having two beautiful babies and having a game that was scheduled real late last night that I just chose not to watch, because sometimes life gets in the way, and you got to make the best decision you can. And I think I did, and I got a good night's sleep, and I woke up this morning, and I saw the text, and I knew they won, and I happened to have my Illinois sweatshirt and laying next to the bed, so I threw it on, and I'm feeling good. I'm doing my coffee show, and my babies are still sleeping, and I've got all the warm, fuzzy feeling of an Illini win, and the warm taste of this Aldi Sumatra. So I'm going to have another sip. I've been a little stressed the last couple days. I mean, I'm always a little stressed. The reason I do this show is because I'm a little stressed. But I've been particularly stressed the last couple days because life, as I said, has a tendency to get in the way. And I got a lot of big decisions I need to make over the next couple months. Again, I have two interviews this morning. and they're both good opportunities, but I don't know if either of them are right. And one of them would require me to be away from my children more than I wanted, and be working all day on the Saturday and Sunday, and it's a sales position. And I know work and paying your bills and being responsible and all those things are important. Um, but I'm at the age, I'm 55 years old, that I have a decision. Do I want to be away from my kids on the weekends? And do I want to not go to my daughter's track meets? I got two older daughters that run track, and love cheering them on. And I don't know, my older one's a senior in high school. And to be honest, I know the answer. I don't want to miss those things. I don't want to miss those things. So that was in my heart as I was thinking about it last night. Derek says pray about it, and I promise you I did. I promise you I did. I have fallen on prayer a lot over the last 5 years, and gratitude. And it was funny, real quickly. Usually I thank God for the sunrise and the warm bed and the, I don't know, soft pillow, or my children as I wake up. And I think the first thing I said thank the Lord to was the warm bed, and then I thanked the Lord for the Illini win last night. It made me laugh. Don't know if God's a sports fan, but perhaps he is. Maybe this year he is, and he'll keep having Illinois win, and maybe he'll schedule it for a time I can see it. So, but anyway, I woke up somewhere during the night, and I spend a lot of hours each day editing these videos. Can I lead us in a prayer for today? RJ, I wouldn't know how to do that. We hosted Thanksgiving dinner, and somebody asked if I'd lead the prayer for the Thanksgiving dinner. And I have a very Christian, very faithful sister who's been a devout Christian her whole life. And I don't know if I would feel comfortable leading a prayer for anybody right now other than myself. And I don't know. I feel I have a personal relationship, and that sounds crazy to a lot of you, because I was an agnostic most of my life. But over the last few years, I've leaned more on prayer and faith and hope and belief, and thinking that things happen for a reason, and it's gotten me through some really, really, really hard times. So yeah, I'd feel uncomfortable leading us on a prayer, or leading anybody on a prayer, honestly. But I feel, I don't know, that I have somebody to talk to when I need to, and somebody to confide in, and somebody to ask for help, and somebody to thank. And I'll tell you what, that feels really good. Hey, thank you so much. I'm getting a few people following the Live Creator this morning, and I really appreciate that. Again, I've been on this platform for 2.5 years, and it continues to grow, but I've had some issues, and I had some little challenges. So silly little challenges I've dealt with yesterday, but they're not silly to a guy that's trying to create content. I do my live show most mornings, and I also go live after I work out at the gym. Good morning, Thomas. And I had a real good show on a different social media platform yesterday afternoon. And all afternoon, or excuse me, yesterday morning, but all afternoon I was trying to download the live video and post it on various social media platforms. And for some reason, it wasn't allowing me to download it. And it still hasn't. And it was, I thought, a really good show with a lot of good questions and a lot of good interaction. And I clip all these live videos into shorts and reels and TikToks. And somewhere during the night, I was trying to download it again. That's me downloading. And I wasn't able to. And then I turned and started editing a video, and I talked about things happening for a reason, and maybe we shouldn't have all our answers. And it gave me some peace, if you will, and allowed me to sleep well. And there's times in my life I would have been up all night and frustrated and anxious and bothered that I wasn't able to download my video, and how that great content was wasted. And I don't know, get all upset. And again, was able to find peace and drift off back to sleep and just feel good. Somebody's asking Billy Joel or Stevie Nicks. To be honest, I mean, I'd say Billy Joel. I've never been a huge fan of either. Never been a huge fan of either. Yeah, I like the Piano Man, and Billy Joel's had a lot of hits, and Stevie Nicks. I never really cared for either of them a whole heck of a lot. I was into Led Zeppelin and Rush, and you know, growing up, Scorpions were big, but now I've expanded to all sorts of things. But I still haven't gotten my mind or my heart or my ears around Billy Joel or Stevie Nicks a whole heck of a lot. They're just, I don't know. I saw Billy Joel once about, I don't know, it must have been 18 years ago now. I went to the indoor concert of him and Elton John. And, you know, I like Elton John. You know, I got a softer spot for Elton John than probably Billy Joel or Stevie Nicks, but I didn't love the show. It wasn't, you know, I don't know, maybe just not my type of music. Would you rather be the best player on the worst team or the worst player on the best team? I mean, that's a good question. I think I've actually been one of the worst players on the best team. I was never that good at baseball. I was never that good at baseball. I'm a decent athlete. My hand-eye coordination's not that good, but I was good at football and I was good at cross country and track. But I was never that good at baseball or basketball or what have you. And I'm 6'2", so I should have been okay at basketball. Uh, but I was on a team that was 17-1 one year, and I hit like a buck 98, and I don't know, I don't know. I'd probably rather be the best player on the worst team, maybe to answer your question, just honestly, because I think I've been both, and I don't know if I felt that much glory being on a 17-1 team. I know it's fun celebrating and winning. But I was always frustrated, and it's tough in baseball when you're struggling, and you get to the point where you're nervous that the ball's going to be hit your direction, just because you see it. There's a mental block in people, and you can even see it at the pro level where a guy can't throw to first, a pitcher can't throw to first without throwing it away. Or there was a player who might even be in the Hall of Fame named Steve Sachs, who played for the Dodgers a number of years, a long time ago, but he was a second baseman, and again, he was almost Hall of Fame, if not. And he, for a long period, couldn't throw the ball from second base to first, and he just got a brain cramp. And you know, it's a problem. It's a problem in the little league, much less the major leagues. So yeah. Wow, thank you all for joining. We've had a nice little crowd. Again, I wasn't even sure I was going to hop on today. Well, I knew I was going to hop on, but I didn't know if it was going to work. I tried a couple times this morning, and I'm not quite done. I'm going to go get another cup of coffee. Is that okay? Do you guys mind just sitting here and talk amongst yourselves? And Derek's leaving. See you later, Derek. Thank you for joining. Name things you want to change about yourself. Two things. Hold on. Save that question. Hello again. Somebody asked, name two things I want to change about myself. That's an easy. I mean, I've been changing a bunch of things. I stopped drinking, trying to get more spiritual, trying to be more kind to myself, more loving to the world. And I do a pretty good job at being loving to the world, honestly, a lot better job at being loving to other people than I am to myself. And but still, I think we can always make progress. I continue to go to the gym 3 times a week, and I'm really enjoying. We can always make progress. I continue to go to the gym 3 times a week, and I'm really enjoying that. And it's not a big need of mine because I'm in pretty darn good shape and I'm 55 years old and I feel good and I think I look pretty good. But I'd like to keep working out and keep getting better. There's a whole bunch of things. It'd be hard to limit it to two things I want to change about myself. I want to be the most loving father I can to my babies. I have uh, two older girls who live with their mom, and I don't get to see them as often as I can. And I'm doing everything to see spend as much time with my two little babies as I can. And believe me, it's difficult. Sometimes can be difficult because, as I said, life gets in the way. Young dude says, I'm a Division I swimmer at 6'2", 220. Need to lose 10 to 20 quick. Any help? I can get you to lose 2 pounds a week easily. That almost seems too similar to my story, so I'm skeptical. But I'll tell you, 2 months ago I was 6'2", 220, and I'd been working out. You can't really lose weight by working out. I think you have to change the way you eat. And I realized one day while sitting at Starbucks and feeling the sensation of hunger that hunger is a good thing. And I think for so many of us, we look at hunger as something we need to fix. And if you're hungry, you're losing weight, you're burnt, your body is looking for something to digest, and there's nothing in your tummy. So the first thing it goes to is the fat that you don't need on your body as an athlete or for a lot of things. So I'd say if you want to lose weight, get comfortable and get familiar with being hungry, and you'll drop weight quickly. And the way I did it was eating 2 big meals a day and eating whatever I want and stop counting calories and stop dieting in a classical sense. But just when I'm hungry, and I'm feeling a little bit of hunger right now, I probably won't eat for I might eat because I got a couple interviews this morning. But normally I wouldn't eat till maybe 11 or 12 o'clock. And I'd spend most of my morning feeling hungry, and my body would be burning the fat that it doesn't need. So it's really easy. I found it really, really easy losing weight once I changed my mind and looking at it differently. I'm worried if I go into calorie deficit, I'll lose performance in recovery and pool. Well, the only way you're going to lose weight is being in calorie deficit, So, a lot of people worry about a lot of things, and worry doesn't get us too far. The only way you're going to lose weight is being calorie deficit. So either you're going to go into calorie deficit or you're not going to lose weight. And that's just the way it works. So I'm going to have another sip of coffee. But I don't know how much I have for you. I can talk a little longer because the house is still quiet. And I really enjoy a quiet house. And I really enjoy hopping on live. And I really enjoy posting a lot of videos. And I talked about it earlier. I love watching my platforms grow. And my audience, honestly, is growing on all 3 platforms that I post these videos to. And I hope I'm making a difference. I hope I'm providing some companionship, some weight loss tips, some sobriety tips, some mental health tips, a little bit of spirituality. Hopefully for me, that just sharing some of the challenges that life deals me from time to time makes, others feel like they're not alone, or they're not struggling, or they're not the only ones feeling this way and the only ones wondering why. And hopefully it makes a difference, and I think it does. Somebody asked if I still work at Super Target. No, I haven't worked at Super Target since last September. It was an interesting experience. I worked there for 7 months last year. It was an interesting experience. I liked it a lot for a while. Thought I'd move my way up the corporate ranking, but I don't think that's the way you do it. The 2 people ahead of me had been at the company 18 and 20 years respectively. And I'm 55 years old. I don't have 18 or 20 years to move my way up the corporate ladder. If I wanted a job at Target, and honestly, I shouldn't be working at Target. I should not be working at Target. It's a very corporate-y feel, and it's a very, just not a place that I should be working. I'm a big personality and think I have all these ideas, and whether they're right or wrong, I'm a big personality and I have all these ideas. And I don't know, idea people, I don't think were meant to be stock shelvers at Target. They wanted you to be, uh, quiet and go about your job, and whether you're great at it or not wasn't as important as you were filling a void and doing a job and hopefully making being as quiet about it as possible. Good morning to you. We're getting a nice little crowd today, and it feels good. Again, I'm excited about my day. I've got 2 interviews this morning, but again, I don't think I'm not sure either of them are the right fit, honestly, and I'm not holding my breath, and I'm not going to go in and desperately trying to get the job. I'm going to be honest with them and see how it goes, because one of them would require me to be away from my kids more than I want at this point, and the other one, honestly, might not pay enough. And But we'll see. And I think you always get better by everything you do, and you can always improve. And we improve by trying and practicing, and just me putting on some nice clothes and showering up and going in and shaking some hands and looking people in the eye and saying good morning. Will be good practice, and looking forward to it because it's fun. And again, I talk about it before. It might not be everybody's strategy, but I pretty much am me in life, and me in interviews, and me in my dating life, and me in most social interactions, because I find me. I don't know. Who else can I be? Who else can I be? Too often in life, I followed in my brother's footsteps, or tried to be like my dad, or tried to be like somebody else. And that certainly wasn't a solution to happiness for me. Always struggled trying to be somebody else. But I'll tell you what, I'm pretty good at being me. So I look forward to being me this morning, and me drinking my coffee, and me loving on my babies, and me getting ready, and me heading out to these interviews, and being me as I meet people throughout my day. And yeah, looking forward to it. But anyway, I want to thank you all for joining on this Friday morning and sharing a little bit of your morning with me. I so appreciate you that are following along in my story, and choose to spend a little time with me, whether it's in the morning or watching these clips I cut into uh, uh, I don't know, shorts and TikToks and reels later in the day. And I have a lot of fun doing this, and my audience is growing, and I think this is something I'm pretty good at, and something I'm going to continue to pursue. And again, I don't think these jobs are for me tonight, and maybe, I don't know, maybe God doesn't want me to go to work, and people are suggesting companies and places to work and talking about benefits, and yeah, I'm not sure that's my calling. We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to go in and do my best today, and I'm going to wear a nice shirt, and I'm going to smile, and I'm going to shake a hand and look them in the eye, and do my best. But again, when I ask myself, do I want to miss my daughter's track meets this year, going to work, the answer is a resounding no. And it would be hard for me to take a job where I did. And yeah, so yeah, well, thank you so much, and thank you, PD. I'm looking forward to it again. Not holding my breath, and I'm not sure they're right, but whenever opportunity opens up, I think it's good to at least peek your head in the door and see what's on the other side, and that's what I'm going to do today. And I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you're looking forward to your day as well. I hope your week is going awesome. I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful night's sleep. I hope your coffee is hot. Let's have one more sip. I hope you're feeling good. I hope you are loving yourself. I hope you're forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.